Welcome to Living the Verse, a place where faith and music meet, to stir the soul, ignite hope, and deepen our walk with Christ. I'm your host, Don Millman. Have you ever looked at the world around you and wondered who is really in control? Nations rise and fall, leaders come and go. Headlines change by the hour. Wars, political turmoil, economic uncertainty, and cultural shifts can leave us feeling as though everything is unstable. Human kingdoms often promise security, justice, and peace. Yet history repeatedly reminds us that earthly power is temporary. The prophet Daniel lived in a world much like ours. He witnessed the rise and fall of empires. He saw governments that seemed invincible. Yet, in the midst of those turbulent times, God gave him a vision that stretched far beyond the kingdoms of men. In Daniel chapter 7, Daniel sees fierce beasts representing earthly powers. They appear strong, terrifying, and unstoppable. But then the scene changes. The Ancient of Days takes his seat. The heavenly court convenes. The books are opened. And ultimately, one like the Son of Man comes before the Ancient of Days and receives an everlasting kingdom, a kingdom that will never pass away. That Son of Man is Jesus Christ. Today's episode reminds us that while earthly powers are temporary, Christ's authority is eternal. No matter what challenges we face, no matter how chaotic the world may seem, our hope rests in the King whose kingdom can never be shaken. As we prepare our hearts for worship, listen closely to today's original Living the Verse song, Dominion. Notice how it captures the awe of Daniel's vision, the certainty of God's judgment, and the ultimate triumph of Christ. Let the imagery of the song lift your eyes above the temporary struggles of this world, and fix them upon the King who reigns forever.
I saw them rise, four winds tearing at the sky. First was a lion with burning wings, then a bear with bones he brings. A leopard ran on silver feet, with four heads fast and sleek. Then the fourth came crushing down, wearing iron like a crown. The night was getting thin, and the vision settled in. Ancient throne, high and white, fire in the open night. Books laid bare, the stones went cold, secrets shaken before the throne. The books were open, the books were opened. The judge should come. The beast stood broken, the beast stood broken before the sun. I watched the horns begin to speak, small eyes full of ruthless heat. He spoke hard against the sky, till the saints were almost denied. But the time turned in the flame, and the holy ones held their name. Every wound began to fade when the kingdom shift was made. You can hear it in the wind. The end will change, then the gates all arranged, burning through the inner veil like a ship on a silver rail. One like a son of man came with the storm in hand.
Let's go now to the Word of God. We are in the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verses 2 through 14. Daniel said, "In my vision at night I looked, and there before me were the four winds of heaven churning up the great sea. Four great beasts, each different from the others, came up out of the sea. The first was like a lion, and it had the wings of an eagle. I watched until its wings were torn off and it was lifted from the ground so that it stood on 2 feet like a human being, and the mind of a human was given to it. And there before me was a second beast, which looked like a bear. It was raised up on one of its sides, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. It was told, 'Get up and eat your fill of flesh.' After that, I looked, and there before me was another beast, one that looked like a leopard. And on its back it had 4 wings like those of a bird. This beast had 4 heads, and it was given authority to rule. After that, in my vision at night I looked, and there before me was a 4th beast, terrifying and frightening and very powerful. It had large iron teeth, it crushed and devoured its victims and trampled underfoot whatever was left. It was different from all the former beasts, and it had 10 horns. While I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them, and 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a human being and a mouth that spoke boastfully. As I looked, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was as white as snow, the hair of his head was white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from before him. Thousands upon thousands attended him, 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated, and the books were opened. Then I continued to watch because of the boastful words the horn was speaking. I kept looking until the beast was slain and its body destroyed and thrown into the blazing fire. The other beasts had been stripped of their authority, but were allowed to live for a period of time. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. This is the word of the Lord.
One of the most comforting truths in all of Scripture is that God has never surrendered his throne. Daniel's vision begins with chaos. Winds churn the sea. Powerful beasts emerge. Kingdoms rise in frightening displays of strength and authority. To Daniel, it must have looked like evil was winning. But then heaven's perspective comes into view. Daniel sees the Ancient of Days seated upon his throne. Fire surrounds him. Countless angels minister before him. Then comes a powerful declaration: the books were opened. That same phrase from today's song echoes directly from Daniel's vision. The books were opened, the books were opened, the judge had come. The message is clear. God sees everything. Nothing escapes his notice. No ruler is beyond his authority. No kingdom exists outside his control. Then Daniel witnesses something even greater. One like a son of man came with the clouds of heaven. Jesus later applied this title, Son of Man, to himself more than any other title. Daniel was seeing a glimpse of the Messiah centuries before Bethlehem. Verse 14 tells us, "And to him was given dominion and glory, and a kingdom that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him." This kingdom is unlike every kingdom that came before it. It cannot be conquered. It cannot be overthrown. It cannot decay with time. The bridge of today's song captures this moment beautifully. One like a son of man came with the storm in hand. All dominion, all the breath laid down before life from death. That dominion belongs to Jesus. When Jesus declared in Matthew 28:18, "All authority has been given unto me in heaven and on earth," he was affirming the fulfillment of Daniel's vision. This truth changes how we live today. When circumstances feel overwhelming, Christ still reigns. When injustice seems unchecked, Christ still reigns. When the future appears uncertain, Christ still reigns. And because his kingdom is everlasting, those who belong to him have an unshakable hope. Hebrews 12 verse 28 reminds us that we have received a kingdom which cannot be shaken. The kingdoms of this world will one day pass away, but the reign of Christ will endure forever. Therefore, our confidence is not in earthly power, political systems, financial security, or human achievement. Our confidence rests in the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The night is not winning. As the final chorus declares, the kingdom coming, bright as dawn, and the night is gone. That is the promise of God's everlasting kingdom. So let me ask you, what earthly circumstances or uncertainties have been competing for your attention more than the reality of Christ's reign? How does Daniel's vision of the Ancient of Days and the Son of Man strengthen your confidence in God's control over current events? What would change in your daily life if you intentionally lived this week as a citizen of Christ's unshakable kingdom rather than reacting to the instability of the world around you? Our Living the Verse challenge is this. This week, spend 5 minutes each day intentionally acknowledging Christ's authority over your life. Begin each morning by reading Matthew 28:18 and reminding yourself that Jesus possesses all authority in heaven and on earth. Then identify one area of worry, fear, frustration, or uncertainty and consciously surrender it to the Lord in prayer, saying, "Jesus, you have dominion over this situation. Help me trust your kingdom more than my circumstances." Finally, look for one opportunity during the week to demonstrate your allegiance to Christ's kingdom through obedience, encouragement, generosity, forgiveness, or sharing your faith. As you do, remember Daniel's vision and God's promise. The kingdoms of this world are temporary, but Jesus Christ reigns forever. Live this week under his dominion and in the hope of his everlasting kingdom. Thanks for spending this time with me today on Living the Verse, a place where faith and music meet, to stir the soul, ignite hope, and deepen our walk with Christ. If today's episode encouraged you in your journey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with a friend. You can find more resources, past episodes, and song content through the links in the description. And if something stirred in your heart today, if you're still searching, I want you to know God's love is real, his grace is enough. and His arms are open wide. You don't have to figure everything out right now, but you can take a step. I'd love to pray with you, talk with you, or help connect you with a local church where you can grow in faith and community. Just reach out through the description below. Until next time, stay encouraged, stay rooted in the Word, and keep living the verse.